it's Dr. Doug Curtis.
And Lucy Curtis from Dyslexic and Unstoppable.com.
Today we wanted to discuss with you ways of helping parents who are left brain thinkers to help understand their children who are dyslexic and more right brain thinking. So how did we come up with this?
First of all, one of the teachers that we heard about, they were saying that like one of the moms was a left brain thinker like you, and she was really much into the traditional ways of teaching, like spelling and the sight words,
Right.
or math, repetition, and she didn't understand that her daughter learned differently.
Right.
And that she had to see it and do the pictures and things like that. So sometimes you need to really step back and see that even though, you know, Ivy League, well-trained, super smart parents who need to put their way of learning aside for their child because they don't learn the same way at all.
Right, right. Yeah, I know, because for myself, when I was in medical school, that's the way I learned, is going over it again and again and again and again, and just drilling it into my head, and as a left brain thinker, that's a pretty common way to learn. But when we started working with Felix Alexander, our son who's dyslexic, that just didn't work with him. And when you would put together these elaborate ways of helping him to memorize the sight words and that kind of stuff, it always seemed to me like, oh my gosh, seems
so much work.
So much more work than is necessary. But now he comes to us for this spelling and he says, I need to get my spelling words together, and he puts together, as we've talked about in other videos.
In middle school,
yeah.
He comes to us because he knows that when he does it the right way, right brain way,
Right.
he gets 100
Right.
on his test. And when he doesn't, he struggles with putting it together. So still today, he'll come to me and ask me to study it that way, because even if you're a left brain thinker, it makes it easier to see it. You see it as a big picture when you put it all together, and you can remember the facts better.
Right.
So it's good for everybody, but it's especially good for us.
Right, exactly. And it took me a while to learn that and to accept
that.
Right.
Yep.
So I think, you know, as a parent, if you see your child struggling, just realize that maybe repetition, maybe drills and that kind of stuff aren't the right way to do it. And talk it over with your child, and maybe you can figure out the best way for your child, whether it's the right brain or the left brain or a combination of both.
It brings the aspect of frustration. You were really frustrated with why don't you get it? I'm teaching it like this is the way you need to learn it, but if you don't realize that that's not the way they learn it, it's not at all.
Right, exactly.
If you don't see that, then you're going to miss the opportunity for them to grow.
Right. Exactly. So let us know what your experience has been. Leave us a comment below. Visit us at www.dyslexic.unstoppable.com. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Let us know. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.